Hello,
Hi.
and welcome to the second episode of Two Girls, One Mic. Only Mike.
Never cup.
You dirty bitch. Let's get started.
So, today we are going to talk about movies and shows, basic cinema that we enjoy.
She says basic
And,
cinema because I don't watch a lot of movies that make sense.
Oh, I've seen like all the classic movies. He's like, what is that?
Maybe.
But then you've seen the most obscure ones. I'm like, what the hell is that?
You know, Tooth Fairy 2, man, work of masterpiece.
Any chance you get, she brings up Tooth Fairy 2. I didn't even know they made one. Like
He's
the second
plumber,
one,
dude. It's right here. I own a lot of bad movies, but it's in my bookshelf. Yep, it's right there, right beside Horrible Bosses at the bottom shelf. Tooth Fairy 2.
What? They didn't
The
need it.
toothening.
Is Seth MacFarlane in the first one or second one?
Seth MacFarlane is in the first one, I'm pretty sure, with The Rock.
I love Seth MacFarlane, by the way. He's one of my current obsessions.
Yep.
Oh, we gotta do a podcast on, like, obsessions.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyways,
Episode coming up.
let's get on to our first...
We're also gonna do movies that we hate.
We're going to do movies that we like, movies that were a disappointment, TV shows, like our favorite moments and our least favorite moments.
Yeah.
And we're just going to talk about that for a little bit. So let's start
We'll
with...
put spoiler alerts on.
Yes, this is a big spoiler alert, so...
If we bring up a movie or a TV show that you haven't watched and you want to watch, just in case we spoil it, we will say before we say a spoiler.
Yes.
So just take out your earphones real quick and
take them out, and then we'll yell at you.
we'll yell at you to put them back on and you'll be fine.
Okay, let's start with our first topic is superhero movies.
Yeah,
So this is Marvel
DC.
and DC, yeah.
I'm more of a fan of Marvel. I've watched more Marvel movies than DC.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been really into Batman because I've been playing Telltale. I just got the second season.
Oh, the second season's so good.
So, I love Troy Baker so much.
Troy Baker
He's so
is my
good.
favorite. You know, he's Joel in Last of Us 2, right?
Really?
And he plays Sam in Uncharted.
Oh, cool.
He's
just
in
in
every
everything.
game. But he plays, his main role is Joel from Last of Us.
He's been in Batman and so many things just because he has such a good voice for it.
And-
Like, he's been in, like, other TV shows and other games. And, like, Arkham Asylum, or, like, Arkham City, whatever it was. I can't remember right now. But, been into Batman lately, but only the games, not the movies.
I think I own, like, Batman and Robin, Batman, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight is the only one I've seen because I love the Joker. Heath Ledger Joker is my absolute favorite Joker.
What's the one with Danny DeVito?
Is there one with
Is that Batman Returns? I hope it is. Wait, hold on.
Danny DeVito's in it?
Yeah, Danny DeVito plays Penguin.
Really?
Yeah, it's in
That's
Batman
sick.
Returns. I'm actually right on something. I'm so proud
Wow.
of myself. I haven't watched it. But yeah.
So, I guess we can say favorite hero first. Like, of all time.
Yeah, okay, you go first.
Captain America.
I was just about to say that. My favorite superhero of all time? I gotta go with Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
It's my sister's favorite, too.
I love Spider-Man. I love everything about it.
Spider-Man's coming a close second for me. Batman's coming up on third.
Ooh.
Superman used to be my favorite, but now he's kind of a wimp, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
After
you
Batman
have all
versus
powers, it's like, whatever.
Yeah, after Batman versus Superman, we all just kind of like, what the fuck?
Batman is amazing, because, like, he doesn't have powers. He knows how to fight, and he's
just
shit.
rich.
Like, I love him.
My favorite thing about Batman is always going to be Alfred.
Yes, I love Alfred.
That's the only reason I love Batman so much is because of Alfred.
Alfred is the best. Like, I want him to be my grandpappy.
Oh man. What is your favorite, we'll just do DC first since we're talking about DC.
Yeah.
What is your favorite DC movie that you have watched and one that you just didn't like at all?
Wonder Woman's my favorite.
Wonder Woman, yes.
I
100% agree.
Have watched Batman vs. Superman, but only the beginning and the end.
So bad.
Same with Justice League. I've seen the beginning and the end.
I haven't even bothered to see Justice League yet.
Also, Justice League is pretty good. I've seen most of it. I don't know if I've actually sat through the entire thing. I feel like I might have at least once.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Batman v Superman, my brother spoiled the ending for me after we watched it. So I'm like, well, now I'm not going to watch it. It's like, you can do watch it. It's like, well, now I don't want to.
You know what they're trying to do now? You know how there's two different Flashes? So you have Grant Gustin as one, and then Ezra Fitz is... Nope, not Fitz. That's a Pretty Little Liars character. Miller. And what they're trying to do is in the next season, I think they're trying to do a crossover. So it's both of them. I don't know.
Grant Gustin is the only Flash in my eyes.
Yeah, same. Sorry, Ezra Miller fans.
Yeah, sorry.
Obviously, you can tell I don't like Ezra Miller because I confuse him with Ezra Fitz. And if you guys know Ezra Fitz from Pretty Little Liars, you know that he is the champ. He's so hot.
Yeah, what is your favorite DC?
My
Wonder Woman was my all-time favorite.
I gotta agree with that. I think Wonder Woman is the best.
Sick. She has the sickest theme song also.
Yeah. I just think her entire story is just insane.
Yeah. Like, coming from an island full of women,
yeah.
Like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I want to live there.
Like,
what's your least favorite? I mean...
Green Lantern.
I feel like that's everybody. Absolutely. I totally forgot.
I've seen it like once or twice, but I don't like Green Lantern.
Even Ryan Reynolds was like, yeah, no, this movie fucking sucks.
This movie fucking blows.
Okay, this is not technically a spoiler for Deadpool 2. This is just kind of what he does, is where he just straight up... I think this is... I don't remember if this is Deadpool 2 or Deadpool 1, but at the end of the movie... No, it's at the end of Deadpool 2. He... goes to Ryan Reynolds and he's holding the Green Lantern script and then he fucking kills him. It's not a spoiler, it's just hilarious.
That's really funny.
Oh man.
What was I gonna say? So I have never watched any Deadpool stuff. I've also never seen Shazam.
You never seen Shazam?
No.
Oh, girl, I know what we're watching tonight because that's a really funny movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched Deadpool because I feel like most of it, some of it is like boy humor.
Yeah.
Just some of the stuff I've seen. I know it's probably really good, but like I just haven't seen it.
I just think the first half an hour kind of takes away from what the movie's supposed to be. I don't know why, but just like, not spoilers for Deadpool, but like there's a lot of sex that happens in the first half hour of the movie. But it gets a lot better halfway through. But I think Deadpool 2 was amazing compared to Deadpool 1. I prefer the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Shazam is hilarious, and I think you should watch it because
Jack Dillon.
Yeah.
I've meant to watch it. I just wasn't that interested in watching it. I don't know why. I've seen parts of it, but I don't know. I was never really into it. I was only into the actors in it.
Yeah, that's what kind of drives me to watch any movie is because of the actors in it. If it's a random movie like Invisible Man, like I'm not gonna watch it. Because I'll watch it maybe for the main character because she's in Handmaid's Tale, but like that's about it. Yeah. There's no other reason for me to watch it.
If it's not something I've been looking forward to anyway, or something that I know that I'd like, it's unless there's an actor I like in it, I'm not really gonna watch it.
Rest be assured, I had to convince Kaiya for about 3, maybe 5 months to try and watch Frozen 2.
See, I wanted to watch it so bad, and my brother watched it first. And then I kept saying to my family, oh, we should watch Frozen 2, and then no one wanted to. But I finally watched it.
I sat her down.
That's one of my new favorite movies, by the way, Frozen 2.
Oh.
So good.
I'm glad you liked it. Because that was really fun. Even though we were kind of in a lot of drama after that.
Where?
Because that was during...
Oh, yeah.
We can't talk about it, but... Okay, so we have DC, so let's... Oh my god, that's such a cute hairstyle on you. I love that. You can't see it.
I'm just kind of wrapping my hair in a bun.
And then she has this weird, like, bang that sticks out. It's cute. My hair's trash today, but whatever.
Same.
Let's talk about Marvel now.
So, favorite Marvel movie? You can list more than one.
My favorite Marvel movie? Well, I gotta say Endgame, because I really liked Endgame.
Endgame is great, yeah.
I really liked Endgame. And I loved Far From Home. Spider-Man, Far From Home. That was my favorite out of the two. I just liked the acting a lot more.
Yeah, Far From Home was really good. All the Spider-Mans are really good. Well, except the Tobey Maguire ones. Sorry, Tobey.
Hey, wait a minute.
They're the OGs, but they're not good in that sense.
Rank Andrew Garfield above Tobey Maguire?
I don't know.
Fight me, Kaiya.
I don't know. I just think Tom Holland is superior Spider-Man.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the other two can fight it out. Like, I don't really care. But I just know most of the Tobey Maguire ones are like, you know, they're just starting out, you know?
Yeah, it's just kind of like the start of superhero films, and it was like a definitely experimental route that they took. But I still think Tobey Maguire's better than Andrew Garfield. No offense, but I just don't see a place for Andrew Garfield other than the story of Gwen. Gwen is the only reason that it's different from Tobey.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like the first ones. Tobey Maguire is always going to have a place in my heart. for the first Spider-Mans.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the first one I watched. But Tom Holland is such a good Spider-Man, more accurate just because he's
younger.
a
Kid.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so what's your least favorite Marvel film? Because technically Tobey Maguire is not part of it. Is he part of the MCU? No.
I don't know.
I don't think so, because if Peter's there, that was the first time they ever saw Spider-Man in Civil War. And they're like, who is this kid in a jumpsuit? And it's like, oh wait, we're all in jumpsuits. It's okay.
It's fine. I don't know if I really have one. I mean, it's just, if I had to name one, it'd probably be one that I haven't seen, because, like...
Which ones haven't you seen?
Don't think I've seen the second Iron Man. I've seen the third one. But parts of it. Because I never really got into the... I've watched all the Captain Americas, but not all the Iron Mans. Because, like...
I hope, if he's your favorite superhero, I hope you watched all the movies.
Yeah, no, Captain America's... All the movies are so good. I'm
trying to think. Because, like...
I don't know if I have a least favorite Marvel movie.
I'm just trying to think of the ones that,
it would
like,
just rank...
disappoint me most.
It would rank lowest in the best ones, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I would.
Because they don't make bad movies.
No, they don't. But there's some things that just kind of, like... You kind of forget about. Like, kind of the more forgettable movies.
Yeah, it's just the ones I'm not thinking of.
Like, in my thing, like, I don't... Sorry, but I did not like the second Thor movie.
See, I liked the Thor movies, but they're not as memorable as... I don't remember them as well as the Captain America ones, or, you know, because...
Even with the Iron Mans, like, I really loved the Iron Man movies, but you obviously put them at a lower rate than...
Yeah, just because I wasn't as interested at the time, but I should go back and watch them.
You should. I think I had the first and the second one here, but...
The first one is one of the first Marvel movies I ever watched.
That one, yeah. And I really liked Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 was one of my favorites.
Because that's the one where he deals with the PTSD, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And that's why it was so cool to see...
See, like, real life things. Like, where is Cap's PTSD? Where is all these people who have been through trauma? Where are their human moments, you know? Because they are human.
Yeah.
Most of them.
But yeah, I had to say Endgame is probably my favorite Marvel movie out of all of them.
I'd say... For a long time it was Civil War, and for a long time it was Age of Ultron. But I have to say Endgame just for, like, the most badass movie we've ever seen, so...
That was the first Marvel movie that you made me sit down and watch. Because, okay, so I haven't watched... I started watching the Marvel movies last year. And this is 2019 is when I started watching all of them. But you were the first one to introduce me to Age of Ultron because of Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Because I didn't know... I watched it in theaters, and I liked Quicksilver. But I didn't know who the actor was till I watched Nowhere Boy, which is a Beatles-based movie off of John Lennon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I love this guy now, after watching Nowhere Boy. And then I saw this, and I saw, like, in the credits, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Or I was looking him up, and I saw he was in Age of Ultron. I'm like, who? And I saw his Quicksilver, I'm like, what?
And then you watch it back, and you're like, oh my god.
And I showed everybody, I'm like, look who it is!
Because we watched a lot of Aaron Taylor Johnson in, like,
Kick-Ass. We were obsessed with those.
Yeah.
We gotta watch those again.
I have them here. Like, it's so much fun.
The second was more memorable to me.
Yes, absolutely.
More emotion than that.
I think it was...
That's one where I prefer the sequel, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first one was really good.
Both are very good, but, like, I'd prefer to watch the second one.
Also, I just don't like the fact that Chloe Grace Moretz was just a fucking child.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Nick Cage, like, hell yeah.
I forgot Nick Cage is in it. And Jim
Big
Carrey.
Daddy. Jim Carrey?
Yeah, Jim Carrey. He was the one who had the dog.
Right.
I think it was the second one.
Yeah, it's the second one. I thought you were saying the first one, and I was like, wait a minute. Alright, what's the next thing on our category, on our list here? I gotta make sure I don't look. Because she wrote down movies that she doesn't like and that I might like.
Flash or Teen Wolf. We have kind of talked about Flash.
We talked about Flash a little bit.
We were obsessed with the show in, like, junior high.
Junior high, yeah.
Same with Teen Wolf.
Yeah, those were the two shows that we watched all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite season of Flash? The
Um...
phone's ringing.
I'm just trying to remember. Probably 2.
2?
Yeah.
With Zoom?
Yeah.
Zoomy Boy?
Oh, or 3.
I think 3 was my favorite.
Savitar is the coolest villain.
The coolest villain that
I
they
really
could have
liked
made.
1, 2, and 3. I haven't watched it in a long time, so I'm missing, like, 5, season 5 and 6, because, like,
what happened was is that as soon as it got to that peak of making Savitar, and then it just kind of fell flat after that.
Yeah. And
Season 4 was, I mean, it was fine, but it was also a disappointment to me.
Was that the one with...
That was with The Thinker.
Oh, right. That one was interesting. It wasn't as intriguing as Savitar, though. Savitar was the most intriguing.
I feel like adding a different element. So, okay, these are spoilers for Flash.
Setting it on a timeline where you have a limited amount of time in a season is such a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Because, like, they only had until a certain day to figure out how to save this person.
Yeah.
And, like, that's so intriguing, so...
And it's insane, especially because, I mean, the worst part was the fact that they still couldn't figure it out until that day. And it's like,
right?
It's almost like, if you guys have watched the last episode of The Flash, it's kind of like they didn't care at that point. I don't know why, because I know they were waking up on her birthday. On the character's birthday.
In season
She didn't
3.
seem to care that she was, like,
she was
in
like,
danger.
Yeah, right? She was just like, yo.
I'm gonna get dressed in the exact same outfit.
Just bash my elbow on a table. Sorry.
Oh my god. But yeah, I had to say season 3 was my favorite, and I had to say my least favorite was probably season 6, just because it was not...
I didn't even watch it yet, so I can't really say.
It's just not... I wasn't into it. I don't know.
Yeah, even though it's like Nora and shit, like
No, that's season 5.
Is it 5? I'm missing 5 and 6. I'm missing 2.
We're gonna sit you down, honey.
My dad and I have to watch that because we used to watch it together all the time.
Yeah. You and your mom, too. Oh no, you and your mom watched Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Speaking of Teen Wolf, let's move on to Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
My favorite season out of all of them is obviously going to be 3. 3 was the best.
3B.
3B was the best, yeah. Because of Void Styles. It's not a spoiler.
The coolest thing.
The coolest way to bring out the dark side of one of your beloved characters.
Because, like, he finally gets a chance to shine. Because, like, he's just a human, so then he gets possessed. It's like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now he's got some power.
What was your least favorite season?
Is it 5 the last one?
No,
or is it 4?
6 is the last one.
6.
Yeah, 6 was...
Okay, 6A was great.
6A was great.
I didn't watch 6B, and apparently I don't need to, so...
No, I told her that she doesn't need to, and if you guys have watched 6B, then you know. Because, like, nothing happened. There was no plot that actually happened other than, like, the werewolf rebellions. I don't know. Something. It was weird. And then I feel like all TV shows kind of rush the fact that, like, oh my gosh, we got rid of these characters from, like, season 3. Let's bring them back. And it's like, no, you don't need to.
Season 1 to 4, I don't remember much of 4.
4 was all about Malia.
Okay.
Right?
5 was what?
Oh, it was all about introducing Kira.
Okay. See, 1 to 5, great. I love 1 to 3 the most.
Season 5 was pretty good, too. That was very, because Styles started having a lot of, anxiety attacks in that season.
Was it 5?
Yeah.
I guess it was 5 and 3.
It was after, spoilers for season 5 of Teen Wolf. You can take out your earphones for about 30 seconds. It was when he got attacked by the guy with the hand and the chunk, and he took a fucking chunk out of his shoulder.
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was with Theo. That was when
Right.
Theo was introduced. Okay.
I hated Theo.
You can put your headphones back
Put
in.
your headphones back in!
But yeah, that was really fun. Okay, let's continue.
So I guess we talked about movies we hate. Movies we think are absolute masterpieces.
Tooth Fairy 2. Just kidding. Space Jam.
The collab of a century.
Just kidding.
I think Endgame was a masterpiece.
The Grinch was a
The
masterpiece.
Grinch was a masterpiece. Jim Carrey or nothing. Also Cat in the Hat, masterpiece.
Any Jim Carrey or Mike
Mike Myers.
Myers.
So I Married an Axe Murder is a great movie, by the way. What was the other one? Megamind, masterpiece.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I watched a movie recently and it was like so much funnier than I remember. Or maybe it was a show. I can't remember, but just any shows you used to watch when you were like 12 are like masterpieces now. So Megamind, you got Despicable Me.
Well, honestly, gonna like plug in all the Barbie movies because like I gave them shit when they were like when they came out, but now I'm watching them again and I'm like, these are amazing.
I never watched any Barbie movies. I watched Kelly's Dream Club. If anyone knows what that is, holy shit, is that a good show. It was only one tape, 3 episodes, 3 fucking amazing girls. Kelly was the beast.
What was the one that was always sarcastic? Is that Raquel?
Oh, I
The
can't
brown with the black hair.
Oh my god, Raquel. Because that's Barbie Dreamhouse or whatever on Netflix. Yeah. That is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
Love it because they're like, I'm Barbie's best friend. I'm Barbie's best friend. It's like, I don't give two shits.
Yeah, it's like, it's probably not me. I love her. We watched that, my sister and I, on Netflix, and we were like crying laughing at it. But Kelly's Dream Club is like an old tape. Yeah. And it's like,
that's the only Barbie movie I haven't watched.
It is so good. My dad got it like last year, and we were so excited. Yeah. The only Barbie movie I watched was Princess and the Pauper, because you showed me last year.
We were drunk on New Year's.
And, so good. I learned, like, almost all the songs, and I was, like, obsessed with it the minute I saw it.
Yeah, because my roommate, when I moved into college, I never thought that my roommate would be into the exact same stuff as me, and she's like, hey, I got, like, the VHS. Do you want to fucking watch Barbie movies? And I'm like, I love you. Marry me, please. Alright, keep going. Let's see what else we got.
So, should we talk about Scooby-Doo and then... Scooby-Doo, the fucking Skull Island or whatever, masterpiece. Also.
Skull Island?
Or like that...
You're talking about the third one?
Maybe. I don't know. The one that we always talk about. Where she, like, Velma's all sexed up and stuff.
That's the second one.
Okay, yeah.
Never confuse that with the third one when they changed all the actors.
Only the ones with the original...
if Linda Cardellini is not involved, I don't want it. It's trash.
It is a masterpiece, the second one, then.
The second one is my favorite one out of all of them. James Gunn, you're not canceled anymore.
So funny.
It was... Oh, man, it was so good.
I used to watch that all
First one was like, Second one was amazing. Curse on Skull Island can shut the fuck up and get the fuck out.
See, what was the second one called?
It was Monsters Unleashed.
Thank you. Because they went to an island, and I don't know what it was called.
Yeah, so the third one was the one with the bitch from Lemonade Mouth as Velma, and then the whole story was the fact that Shaggy was trying to get with Velma the entire time.
That's dumb.
And then she turned into a witch at some point, and then she was all warty, and there was frogs involved. I don't know what happened.
Shaggy only cares about Scooby and Scooby snacks. He doesn't have time to chase after women. Well, I guess he did in the second one, but, like, not...
Oh, yeah, he had a love interest in the first one.
Yeah.
The bitch who was allergic to dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was cute.
Because, like, am I thinking of, like, the first one or the second one, then?
Which one are you thinking about?
I think it was the first one that is my favorite.
So the first one was the one where they were on the island with Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
And Scrappy-Doo.
Yeah, that
Spoilers for Scooby-Doo, but you better have seen it by now. Scrappy-Doo was the villain all along.
That's so stupid.
No, he wasn't, actually.
It was good. It was just kind of a...
It was a supernatural element, but Scrappy was kind of organizing it all.
Scrappy needs to go die, by the way.
Oh, I think he did. I think he literally exploded at the end of it.
Didn't they put him in a volcano or something?
I can't remember. Ritual sacrifice. But yeah, no, the second one for me was the best one because that was the one where Seth Green was the main Velma's love interest.
Okay, so I watched both.
You've watched both?
I just mixed them both up.
Yeah.
But they're both amazing. I love both.
Yeah. Like I said, the third one can fuck off. Alright, next movie.
I have a few movies that I absolutely hate.
Oh no.
I can only think of 3, but...
I just smacked her on the stomach for this.
Stretching. So, these are one movie I watched. The two, all of them, honestly, are movies that I hate because the ending ruined the entire thing.
I have no idea what this is going to.
So, first one is Slender Man.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you haven't seen
movie.
Slender Man, it was good up until the end. Because then, spoiler alerts, if you want to watch Slender Man, I'm warning you now, it's not great. But you can take out your headphones if you want. But for Slender Man at the end, when they're trying to get because, like, everyone's dead or something, I don't even remember, but, like, the girl at the end whose, like, sister got attacked first, she, like, goes up and, like, to him, and he turns her into a tree or something. She morphs into a tree, and then she's, like, trapped there forever. It was dumb. It was so good up until then.
Jesus.
Second one, Buried, starring, Paul, not Paul. It's Ryan Reynolds. I was gonna say Paul Rudd. Don't know why. Ryan
They're
Reynolds.
the same people, it's fine.
It's the same. They're both the Diddler movies. So, I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't. But tell me.
It's a fine movie. I just watched it because it was on TV. And it was this guy who wakes up in this box. And he's buried alive.
So he's buried alive, yeah.
And he can be in contact with... He's either a police officer or he's in contact with his company or something. And he only has his phone and, like, a candle. Or a flashlight.
I was like, it better not be a candle or he's gonna, like, light the whole box on fire.
He's gonna, like, hotbox himself. But, it was great until the end when they go and find him and they start digging him out.
Yeah.
But they ended up digging the wrong spot.
Oh my god.
And it ended. So
you don't even know?
Yeah, he just like died.
I hate movies that end on the stupidest cliffhangers. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you guys have seen After, which is a new movie that came out, like, I don't know, I guess it came out last year. It's a movie based on a One Direction fan fiction.
Wait, really?
It's real.
No way.
Yes. So, this is a story about Harry and Zayn, where they meet this girl Tessa, and then they do a bunch of shit. I gotta show it to you, because it's so dumb. I hate it. I hate everything about the movie. Okay, so they had to change their first names, but they barely did anything. Like, Tessa, I'm imagining it's probably like Taylor Swift, or it's still Tessa. Mm-hmm. But you wanna know what they changed Harry's name to?
What?
Hard On. And you wanna know what they changed Zayn's name to? Z.
Wow, you guys are so
But
subtle.
the ending, you don't even know if they... Because they get into a fight, because, like, every single teen romance, they get into a fight, and then they make up at the end. This one, they're just kind of staring at each other, and they're like, what's up, bitch? They don't even kiss at the end. And I'm like, what the fuck? It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, one movie that...
Oh, no.
And completely ruined it. Oh my god. Open House. Netflix original movie.
Of course.
If
Dylan Minnette, hey?
Any of you have watched it, and you know that the ending is fucking lame. It's so stupid. Because the entire time, these people are getting killed when they come to the house, right? And then at the end, spoilers if you want to watch it, once again, not good. You can take out your headphones. So near the end, the mom and the son are, like, trying to figure out what's going on, and they're, like, trapped in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, like, it's dark in the house, like, horror movie cliche, like, can't see anything, and the killer's in the house, whatever. Mm-hmm. Killer. Quotations. So, the boy's by himself, the son's by himself, and he's armed with a knife, and someone comes up, and he turns around and stabs them, and it's his mom.
Oh my god.
So he kills his mom.
That's like Macbeth shit, when he was like, oh shit, shit, you're not the king. Well, fucking
sorry,
shit.
That's my bad. But after he leaves, because she's like, go, whatever, avenge me, whatever.
Avenge me, get me the fuck out of here. A knife wound isn't gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, stabbed her, and then he left. He dipped. So then he starts running away, because someone's chasing him. Then he stops after a while, some time passes, like an hour or so, whatever, and he stops at a lake, and he's getting water. And all of a sudden, someone comes up and kills him. Doesn't show who it is. It shows him dying, getting dragged away, and then the movie ends.
Bro, that's literally the ending of Don't Breathe.
Really?
Okay, that's another movie that he's in. And it's the same thing where it's like this girl, well, I mean, she gets away in the end, but still, it's that same thing where she's like, oh my god, I'm free, I did it, and then she's just bashed over the head and dragged back to the house.
And the whole time we didn't even know who the killer was, also in Open House. Like,
seriously?
Didn't show the killer once.
Oh my god.
It showed people getting killed and it made you theorize who could be, but then they get killed off. And then at the end it shows him dying.
It's literally that episode of Family Guy. When they're in the house and they're like, it's that guy, and then they die and they're like, well, shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and then there are fewer. There's one horror movie, if you're done talking about what you said.
Oh, I'm not talking about Don't Breathe. That's a shitty movie. I just didn't like it. I just think it was gross. It's not that, it's not like it was a horror movie, but it was honestly just disgusting. If you watch Don't Breathe, you know.
I watched... So one more dumb horror movie, and then I want to go to our favorite horror movies, because I actually watched them. I used to never be able to watch them. I was such a wuss. But now I watch them, which is nice. So, I watched Cabin in the Woods yesterday, and it is so dumb. It's a comedy horror, so obviously it's
Well,
not
it's the
gonna
same thing as The Visit. It's a comedy horror. Where it's like there's horror elements, but it's mostly a comedy.
Yeah, because I watched it for Chris Hemsworth, and we watched it for Jesse Williams. So
nice.
It was weird.
Jesse Williams was in Cabin in the Woods. Nice.
It's weird hearing him not be an android.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so Jesse Williams, I always see him because he's one of the main actors in Grey's Anatomy.
Oh.
So every time I see him, I'm just like, hey, is it Jesse Williams? My mom's like, yes, it's fucking Justin Williams. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, he's in Detroit. It's like, yes, I know. Shut up.
But yeah, that one's kind of dumb. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining because it was funny, and some parts actually did scare me, but only like jump scary.
Yeah.
But one of the deaths in it, I cried laughing. Oh my god. Have you watched it?
No.
I won't tell you then.
Okay.
But if any of you've seen it, and you know the funniest death in it, and it was so stupid because there was a huge build-up, and then they just...
It's like a same thing where it's like, oh my god, the killer's right behind me. I fought them off this entire time, and then I trip and snap my neck in half.
Right, it's like so unexpected, but so funny.
Yeah.
So if any of you have seen it, you know probably what I'm talking about.
Do you have any movies that you hate, but you know that I enjoy? Or own? Because, like, I know you don't like all of, like, the teen dramas.
Yeah, I hate...
If you say fucking Teen Beach Movie, I'm gonna kill.
It was the stupidest movie I've ever seen. One of the stupidest. Open House takes the cake. So, sorry, Open House.
No, fuck you.
Teen Beach Movie was stupid.
It was a good movie.
I didn't like it.
It's supposed to be stupid. That's the point.
I watched it once.
If it's not the point, I mean, Disney could be like, no, it's totally serious how they were in a movie the entire time. Like,
wasn't there like a villain at the end?
It's the butler from Jessie.
Yeah, I hate that one. That's the one.
I love it when he breaks the fourth wall at the end. He's just like, wait, what is a movie? It's like,
so stupid.
Oh, I love it.
What's some other movies you think I don't like?
I think you don't. Have you watched all Twilight? You watched all Twilight.
I almost read all of them. I've only watched the first one. I tried to watch the second one. The movie didn't work for some reason. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I read all the way till halfway through Breaking Dawn. Mm-hmm. I was obsessed with those books, and I almost read all of them.
Breaking Dawn was good. I just didn't like Eclipse or New Moon. I don't know why. I just don't like Jacob. I'm always Team Edward, no matter what, but just Jacob's story in general. I just think it was too forced in the movies. I'm sure it was a lot more build-up in the books, where they were able to actually have emotional connections, but in the movies, they just went straight through it. Yeah, no, there was more details in the books. The books were great. Yeah. It's just, I've only watched the first movie, which was fine. I enjoyed it. It's not memorable, but... And then another one that I was thinking of is Hunger Games. Never watched them. You've never watched them? Never read it either. I have to say, I hope people probably agree with me when I say that Catching Fire is the best movie, because I don't want to spoil for you what happens, but it's pretty intense what happens to Katniss. Like, do I say it? Because, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I'm sure I'll watch it, but, like, I don't know. No, I'm not going to say anything then, because I'd rather not, because it's kind of a big shocker what happens in Catching Fire. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about, like, halfway through the movie, which is, it's a lot of, like... One thing in the Hunger Games that I did notice is how paced it is, because it's, like, the games don't start until an hour in the movie. It's the Hunger Games. Like, that's the main thing. Everything is the build-up to before that, but it's a lot good character thing. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. What about, you haven't seen Divergent either, like that whole series? No. Dumb. I hate it. I mixed up Hunger Games and Divergent. I don't know the difference. Divergent is stupid. Hunger Games is amazing. See, I'm sure I'd like them, because I love the dystopia stuff. I think you would really like Hunger Games. Probably. I'm gonna say, but I think Divergent, I've liked the first movie, gonna be honest with you. Mm-hmm. But I think the other two movies were just kind of dumb, and then they shouldn't... I know they're following the books, but I feel like the first movie could have just left it where it was. It was at a good point in the movie, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. What other, like, teen dramas have I seen that you haven't? I think that's about it. That's, like, the series. I mean, there's also The Maze Runner, too. Mm-hmm. But that was something that we both watched. Yeah, we were both obsessed with that. It was Insane. I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
The only thing I didn't, I read all the books before I watched the movies.
I only read the first one.
I read Scorched Trials and Death Cure are so different compared to the. I know a lot of books are a lot different than the movies, so they can have originality to them or whatever. So change it so it works. But Scorched Trials was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot. Like there were so many things that happened in Scorched Trials, and none of it added up. And then in Death Cure, I feel like the only thing that matched up was the fact that Gally came back. Sorry.
Spoilers. I only know that because I heard it from you.
Remember when this girl in our class spoiled the endings of the books?
Oh.
Okay, it's a biggest spoiler for the entire series, so take out your headphones now. So what happened is that we were sitting in class and she's like, oh my god, everybody knows that Newt dies in the end, shut up. And we're like, oh my god. But like, I literally finished that chapter when she said it.
Really?
Like, he died, and then like a day later, she was like, oh my god, did you know? I'm like, just, thank god.
I think I missed that mark.
Insane. But yeah. Do we need to talk about anything else for this podcast today?
I was gonna bring up a horror movie that I really enjoyed. That was like one of the scariest ones I've seen.
Bring it up.
Have you seen Hush?
No.
It's a horror movie about a deaf girl who's being like stalked by this guy, and he like tries to attack her in her house, and he tries to get her attention, and he'll like snap and like be behind her, but she won't hear it. So then he takes a picture of her and like sends it to her, and shows that he's in the house.
That is awful.
And you don't. It's kind of like A Quiet Place. You don't hear anything.
Yeah.
And it's freaky because then you can't hear things coming up. So then when she like turns a corner, like he'll be right there because you can't hear it.
Oh my god.
It is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. And the beginning, it's like so scary. Oh,
I don't like stalker movies. Like I feel
like
it's
really a stalker. It's more of a killer, but like it's one of the scariest ones that scared me the most.
See, I feel like I don't watch a lot of horror movies, but I have watched a lot of thrillers.
Mm-hmm.
Like It is a thriller. Yeah. It's not a horror movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's the common jump scare, and then Pennywise is creepy as hell. But I feel like it isn't as scary because I love Bill Skarsgård. Mm-hmm. Also, I didn't notice. Oh no, I can't say that because it's in Hunger Games. I realized he's in. Bill Skarsgård is in Hunger Games.
Oh really?
I think he's in. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he's in Mockingjay Part 1, but you'll know when you see him.
Huh.
And I feel like it is more of a thriller. And there's also this one stupid movie that came up to my head. I don't know if it's a horror movie, but I know it's based off of like a horror anime, which is Death Note with Willem Dafoe. Dumbest fucking movie. It was basically taking Final Destination plus anime. And combining it.
Stupid horror movies are funniest.
It's hilarious.
Scary Movie, Final Destination, those are all so good.
Yeah. Final Destination,
I watched all of those. Like
the fifth one was the best.
Yeah.
Fifth one was the best out of all of them, especially with the twist at the end.
Yeah. It's so cool.
It was it was insane. It was just the weirdest way, because then your brain was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I haven't watched
Try to piece it all together.
Long.
Yeah.
Those used to scare me, but now they're like hilarious.
I just love how the wind is just the entire problem. It's like, it's not this supernatural element, it's just wind. Yeah, I think... Oh, I know one movie that we should talk about, and we should move on. We got time. We're at 38 minutes in.
That's fine. The other one was not as long. So.
When we were in grade 8, the one thing that was like a bond between us that we kind of just stuck together. We did book assignments for movies, and Kai and I did The Outsiders, which if you guys don't know, The Outsiders is 1983 movie. The book came out in 1960 something. I forget who wrote the book.
Oh crap.
C.S. Lewis?
No, I was thinking that. S.E. Hinton.
S.E. Hinton, thank you. I knew it was ... something.
It's like two syllables. It's like two...
But yeah, it was... Man, like that... A lot of people don't know that movie. A lot of people do not know this movie, but I think it was one of my favorite 80s movies of all. Yeah. And it kind of brought us together because, like, it was the one movie that all of the actors in there, it was their starting point.
Yeah.
Because Ralph Macchio, that was his starting point. Tom Cruise, if you guys didn't know, Tom Cruise was in the movie. Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze. I think, but no, Patrick
Emilio
Swayze.
Estevez.
Yeah, Emilio Estevez. I was about to say C.S. Lewis again.
Yes, he hinted.
Nope. Who's Pony Boy?
Oh, C. Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell. Thank you. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and who's Dally?
Oh, Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon.
I almost said Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Not Matt Damon.
But yeah, I think that was one of the things that I've watched that movie. I think my count is that I've watched that movie 45 times.
I got to like 27. I haven't counted in a long time, so I don't actually know.
I watch it we watched it. I watched it so many times, grade 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
And then I started watching it like yearly.
And
I watched it once a year. It's amazing.
And we read the book over and over and over.
I think because we read the book together. Like, we just sat and just talked out the book.
Yeah, and we were, like, obsessed with it, and our teacher knew that. Just, like, so glad
She
you have an
wrote
interest
it
in it.
on my, like, little, like, end of the year, like, little note.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so glad you found a passion for the outsiders. And I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
this is the only book I fucking read.
Yeah, that's the first... That's the movie we watched when we had our first sleepover.
Yep.
And we stayed up till 5 a.m. eating cookies, watching Outsiders, and crying at it.
Absolutely.
For the first, like, 10 times, I cried every single time.
When we watched the movie in school, we stopped it. Spoilers for The Outsiders. It's from 1983. Fucking watch the movie. When Johnny was in the hospital, I was sobbing.
Yep.
It wasn't even before he died. I was just sitting there, and you were like, "Why are you crying? He hasn't even died yet." And I'm like,
Because we knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as he started talking, all
You
the
guys over there on like a girl corner, fucking crying, and I was over on like the other corner. I don't know who I was sitting. I think I was sitting beside Julian or something, and I was just crying my eyes out.
I was with Kennedy.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like near her.
But that kind of started where we got to watch so many 80s movies. Like, we watched a lot.
Because we watched movies from each actor.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. Like, you haven't, but I've seen almost every Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, I have not seen
I've seen
it.
all the Mission Impossibles I've seen. Because I watched it with my dad, because
Yeah.
he knew I was into it.
Yeah.
So we watched so many Tom Cruise movies. They're so good.
I think I've watched almost all of Rob Lowe's movies except for Wayne's World. That's the only one I
watched that.
haven't seen.
I watched that before I even knew who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my dad was so into it.
And
I love that
then,
movie.
yeah. Like, we watched, like, Youngblood was really cool for us. We watched Dirty Dancing a lot.
Mhm.
I have a video of you watching Dirty Dancing and just crying over the fact that it wasn't you.
Yeah, true. Like, bitch, me, please. I want it to be me.
I'm looking over the shelf trying to see if I can find any more movies that are, like, a good conversation, but I feel like that's about it. Oh my gosh! Oh shit, I should have talked about this when we were doing DC and Marvel. I told you that there was one franchise that was the only way to connect DC with Marvel. Fight me if I'm wrong. Fight me, I'm not. See, this is why, if you listen to the last one, like I said, I always want to be right.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Daredevil, right?
What?
Marvel movie. Batman, DC.
Yeah.
Last year came out Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is the only way that it connects the universes because Daredevil is from the TMNT universe. No, the opposite way around. TMNT is from Daredevil.
Really?
Daredevil, you wanna know the main antagonist group that Daredevil faces? The Hand. You wanna know what the TMNT group faces? The Foot. They were like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. So it's a Daredevil parody. That's why it wasn't supposed to take off the way it did.
That's so funny.
And then they came out with Batman versus TMNT last year, and that was the only way they were able to connect the DC with the Marvel, which I think they really fucked up on because they weren't supposed to do that.
That's so funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. But fight me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure Daredevil is Marvel.
I don't think anyone's gonna fight
don't
you on that.
Little fact about me is the last thing we're gonna do is that I have an obsession over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love them a lot. I watched them as a kid. I watched the 2003, 2012 is dumb. No, I'm kidding. I like all of them. I like every single one of them. I watched the new one recently, like the first season, and I hated it at first, and then it got really funny just because Donatello is dead inside.
Me.
He's literally like like Splinter, he's just like, yeah, I think I like the purple one better, and he's like, yeah, I knew I was the funny one. Dead face. Nothing. It's hilarious, and I love it. But it's weird because they change it up to where Raph is the leader instead of Leo.
I always thought Raph was the leader anyway.
Really?
Until you corrected me, yeah. Just because he seemed more hard-boiled and, like, wanted to be more in charge, and I guess, for the longest time I didn't know
It's his rage issues that really put him down, and it was like, okay, Leo's
usually the most aggressive and, like, assertive one is the leader, so it threw me off.
Yeah, because the only episode I ever showed Kaiya is from the 2003 series. I showed you Same As It Never Was, which is by far the best TMNT episode in the world. It is the one where Donatello was sent to an alternate universe by Draco and the Daimyo's son, and shut up. She's looking at me with judging eyes. And it's where he's sent to an alternate universe where that Donatello has been missing for 30 years, and like Michelangelo, it's an entire different universe where the Shredder kind of just defeats all of them and takes over New York.
That was a good episode.
It was insane because it was a lot of like, you don't think that the creators could be like, let's take these characters and like, spoilers for the episode. It's not.
I don't know if anyone's gonna specifically find that one.
Exactly. It's I think it's in like season 3 if you did want to watch it. They like cut off Michelangelo's arm.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That is the most dark TMNT episode I've ever seen.
It's the darkest, and that's why I love it. And like Leonardo is blind. It's not confirmed that he's blind because he's able to like still recognize, but that's also because it was 30 years. So like he could have training, but it is insinuated that he's blind. And then Raph, I think he had, like got his eye cut out or something like that.
Yeah.
And they have to fight the Shredder again, who's like old as hell. And it was insane because you never think that they're gonna kill off the turtles. And they did. They actually were like, let's kill these people. Let's kill these like favorite characters. But it's an alternate universe, so it's fine. There's no consequence. I remember when Donnie, when he goes back, he's like, Mikey, you have your arms. It's like, bro, he died.
Like, that's what you're worried about?
But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Fuck, I keep doing that.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
So we cut it out in the other one, but like, listening. Yes, thank you for listening to our podcast.
Every time I correct you now, saying thanks for listening, I'm going to say thanks for listening, y'all.
Thanks for listening, y'all. There's a broom. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, thank you all for listening to the episode 2 of our podcast. I mean, I guess that's it. So, like, what's the moral of the story?
Don't spoil movies.
If not, you'll get boobies.
Depending on how you feel about that, you can spoil it if you want, but try not to.
Please avoid either way, because it's either you're gonna get them or you're gonna get them. Okay, bye.